The Tidmouth Sheds is a very important place. It's where the engines cool their oilers come back at the end of the day to talk about the day's adventures and to calm down and relax. One day, Sir Topham had arrived. Listen up, everyone. Today, this coming week, there will be a new diesel engine with a giant hydraulic claw to clear scrap from the scrapyards and across the line. So I want to give you all a heads up. He is not here to scrap you, but he's here to help. Yes, sir. Now, Thomas, I believe you have a very important job. You too, Percy. Get on it. Yes, sir. After causing an accident with Ari and Bert, Thomas puffed away to help Percy. Did you play the trick on Diesel? I did indeed. Thomas and Percy were on their way back to the sheds when they came across Diesel 10. Remember what he said. All right. When Thomas and Percy got back to the sheds, they discovered that they had been knocked down, thanks to the diesels. The steam engines were cross. What happened to our sheds? Take a guess, Thomas. Emily. You played a trick on me, said Diesel. You gave me bananas. And bananas are no good for building sheds, ordered the fat controller. The steam engines were crossed with the diesel engines, and the diesels were crossed with the steam engines. They were all cross. As Diesel left, he snickered quietly to himself. Oh, what did Diesel do? That shed didn't look like it was tore down. It wasn't. Huh? What do you know, Paxton Phillip? Oh, we can't tell, Thomas. Otherwise, Diesel will scrap us otherwise. This is true. Thomas and Percy went to Toby. So it's a bad situation all around. That it is. I have a feeling you two had something to deal with this. If you hadn't taunted Diesel, this would never have happened. And, oh, there you go, James. Diesel he made the trucks push me, and he pushed me, they pushed me into the sheds, and spoiled my shiny red paintwork. Oh. See what you've done? If you hadn't taunted him, we wouldn't be in this situation. The fat controller gathered his engines together to make a short announcement. While James is being repaired, I have ordered supplies to fix the Tidmouth sheds. So I don't expect all of you to work with the diesels, but I expect that you will do your best to try and get along, okay? Yes, sir. We will, sir. Alright, back to work. The steam engines were as good as their word. They worked together, puffing backwards and forwards all for the next several weeks to get the sheds repaired. And slowly, little by little, things were looking up to getting everything complete. Everyone was working hard, except for a certain numberless engine who was painted black. That's right, Diesel did absolutely nothing to help because he still blamed the steam engines for what they did and was still angry at them. This is all the Steamy's fault. I got an idea just to get back at Thomas. As finishing day grew closer and closer, Sir Topham had one final job for Thomas. Thomas, I need you to go to the yards to pick up the new paint for the sheds. Yes, sir. Thomas puffed into the yards and he coupled up to the paint. Diesel was also in the yards. He, he was cross. Now I'll show Tom who's best, growled Diesel. And without saying another word, Diesel biffed into the freight cars. Paint cans flew in the air and spattered down all over Thomas. Stripey boiler, said Diesel. Oh my, Thomas, what happened here? Did Diesel get you? Yes. So, do you want me to go and teach him a lesson? That won't be necessary. I'll show those Diesels! Sir Topham Hatt was angry and furious with his engines for causing so much confusion and delay. You should all be ashamed of yourself. Now there will be no vacationers, and we will not be able to open the airport. No vacationers will come to Sodor this year. And he walked away. Thomas felt the worst. He knew that it was his fault. And now you will never move out of my sheds, grumbled Emily. That night, as all the engines dreamed, Thomas dreamt he was puffing up into the hills. He saw a sight that made his boiler run cold. Lady was a magical engine high up in the hills. Lady was shunting freight cars with Rusty the diesel engine. We always finish our jobs when we work together, said Lady. Then Thomas knew exactly what to do. He puffed away. While everyone else was still sleeping, Thomas woke up from his dream early, and he puffed away to find a very special someone. Thomas hurriedly to the quarry to find Mavis. Mavis wasn't like the other diesel engines. She was kind, polite, and nice. Thomas found Mavis. Mavis! Mavis! Hello, Thomas. What are you doing here? I came to talk to you. So you know how everyone has been, the diesels have been causing trouble recently these last few months? Yes? I have a plan. Thomas told Mavis his plan. And that's it. It is the only other way to get the airport open, Mavis agreed. Let's do it. Right. Thomas found his friends, and he told them the plan. And there it is. Meet me at the shunting yards in 1 hour. Yes, Thomas. Mavis found the other diesel engines, and she told him the plan. Well, I guess that could work. Meet me in the shunting yards in 1 hour, said Mavis. Emily was sad. She was the only one who didn't know what was going on. But she found out anyways via the signalman in the signal box. So she puffed away to meet everyone at the shunting yard. Thomas was puffing as fast as he could to the shunting yards. Must get to the shunting yards, he said. Must get to the shunting yards, Thomas panted. Then Thomas realized. There's one engine I haven't told yet. Who is that? You're right, it's Diesel 10. I know exactly where he is. At the shunting yards, the engines were growing impatient. Don't worry, everyone, said Mavis. I assure you he'll be here soon, she said. Mavis was right about one thing, but Thomas now had to face his biggest fear. He had to be very brave. Excuse me, said Thomas. Growled Diesel 10. Excuse me, said Thomas. What do you want? Snapped Diesel 10. Thomas told him everything about what happened and the plans. Why would I help a Steamy? Growled Diesel 10. Because if the airport doesn't get open, there will be no vacationers. All the engines will be really useless. Maybe I will help later. But we need your help now, or all the engines would have worked for nothing. You would be the most useful engine of all, said Thomas. All right. I can tell you're getting desperate. I guess I will help, snarled Diesel 10. Oh, phew, thank you, said Thomas. Thomas and Diesel 10 got their scrap trucks up together, and they chuffed away to the airport. Thomas arrived at the shunting yards with Diesel 10. He blurted out, "Steam engines and diesel engines need to work together," shouted Thomas. "We don't want to work with stinky steamies." "We don't want to work with dirty diesels either," shouted Percy. "Look, if I'm able to ask Diesel 10 of all engines for help, then surely you all should be able to work with each other. And if you all don't work, then you would have work for nothing." "Well," said Oliver, "I guess so." "I suppose we could give it a shot," said Diesel. "I never thought I'd see the day," said Harry. "Thomas and Diesel 10 working together? Well, grind my gears," said Bert. "There you go. That's the spirit," said Thomas. "Now let's get this airport running again." Thomas and Diesel 10 got busy working together, and it encouraged everyone else to work as hard as they ever could. And out of all the Stemies and Diesels, old Diesel decided to suck it up and work with the steam engines. And together, working as one, steam engines and diesel engines got things running and working. And at last, the new runway and airport were all fixed and built. Oh, and working with Diesel 10 really paid off. The most surprising part of all was seeing a surprise from Topham Hatt. Seeing you all engines put your differences aside for once and work together has really warmed my heart. You have all been really useful engines. Hooray! Thank you, sir. And thank you, Diesel 10, for helping out. I never thought I'd ever say it, but you are a really useful engine, and it's been a pleasure meeting you. You're welcome, sir. Now, James and Diesel, I think it's time that you two owe each other an apology. What for? What for? Diesel, you caused James's crash, and James, you have been nothing but rude to Diesel. And on the first day, you, Gordon, and Henry were all kicked me out of the yard. This is true. And I figured out it was Diesel's lies. All right. I'm sorry, Diesel, for being rude to you. And I'm sorry, James, for shunting you into the sheds. It was wrong of me. Please accept my apology. Yes, I will, Diesel. Yes, it feels great to finally have my steam engines and diesel engines together working for once. Yes, it does. And it all wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for the efforts of Thomas and Mavis working together to summon the engines to come together as one. And for me getting Diesel 10 to work with steam engines. That evening, Sir Topham Hatt had a surprise for the engines. Thanks to all your useful work together, working as one, I have had Diesel 10 rebuild the sheds with his workmen. You're welcome, sir. Now can I head on back to the mainland? Yes, you can. But Emily was going to be sad. She liked spending time with Thomas and was going to miss him. Don't worry, Emily. You're going to be given the chance to spend the time here, considering I added an extra berth. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, and I must make a deep apology to all of you for being rude and bossy to you in the past, and I am sorry for if I've caused you any grief. I have learned from my mistakes. I'm now able to rise above them, and I hope you will accept me again as a friend. Of course we will, Emily. We all will. Even you, James, right? Well, I don't know about that, but sure, why not? Thanks to steam engine and diesel engines working together, the sheds were all built once again, and everyone agreed that steam engines and diesel engines worked well together. And finally, Diesel accepted Thomas for who he is. Am I really that bad of an engine, Diesel? No, you're not, Thomas. You're pretty good. Good. You're better than Philip or Paxton, which is the highest compliment I can give. Awesome! That diesels do, steamies know that they can do. Diesel steamies engines who try to do things better. They both have a different. We need oil, we need coal. All of us have just one goal, try to do things better. Those trucks have bricks on trains that are much longer. Steamies may get up to tricks, but diesels are much stronger. Who has running piston rods and paintwork bright shine? Who can roll the longest train and still keep perfect timing? Anything that diesels do, steamies know that they can do. Diesel steamies engines who try to do things better. They both have a different role. We need oil, we need coal. All of us have just one goal, try to do things better. All of us have just one goal, try to do things better.